Welcome back. So, just wanted to do a quick update on the Project 2020 projects. Got 4 cards in the mail, same seller. Two of these I already had. Two of these I looked around, found a good price, and picked them up. And each for the different projects that are ongoing. So, on top, we have 2 more Blake Jameson cards. Well, 1 card, 2 copies. We have his Ted Williams, which is card number 189. Give you a closer look of that one. Be great to see Blake's signature right there, which, if I remember correctly, that's part of the design of the card. And then this one, I'd only gotten 5 copies when it came out, and I've been meaning to pick up more when I see them at a good price. So, picked up 2 more of the grotesque Sandy Koufax cards, number 230 in the set. And again, you got the Hebrew script. You got the yarmulkes on the gentleman holding up the frame. And then the Hebrew script, modified Hebrew script again, saying Koufax down there. So, simple design, but I love the integration of the Hebrew script into the design of the card. Very simple, but very straightforward, and it really says a lot without being too busy. The Koufax cards have really varied through this whole Project 2020 experience, from those are doing basically straight versions of his rookie to those that have lots of little details kind of spread throughout the card, and all these messages, all these aspects of his career, kind of all those little things, to more aesthetic designs. The Matt Taylor, I think, is a good example of that. Beautiful card, but to me it falls under the more aesthetic. And then this, which is the more subtle, but says a lot in its design, Koufax card. So this still remains one of my favorites, and maybe eventually I'll get one of these signed, but I am not sure of that. I honestly don't know how to get in touch with a lot of these artists. Blake is much more accessible, it seems, than most. But so this, I have a lot of the Koufax cards, and now 7 copies of this particular card. As for the Blake Jameson cards, this is going to be added to the pile. Some of the early cards here, and some of the later cards I have as well. The stack now stands at 21 with the 2 Williams added. It's going to be quite the mail to send off to Mr. Jameson. So, again, I wanted to keep this quick. But the one thing that's kind of curious with Project 2020 at this stage is both what the final designs of cards are going to be. The different artists that have yet to design certain players, certain rookie cards, give their interpretations. And I honestly can't remember who's left for Koufax. I think Ben Baller is one of the ones that remaining, which should be rather interesting, to say the least. And if I remember correctly, he's a Dodgers fan. So that might be a fantastic way to end the whole thing, which I doubt, because I think you're not going to end. Baller's not going to end it because he started it. Now that I think about it, but the other aspect to think about, which has been a topic of conversation in multiple groups and forums, is, will Topps do this in 2021? And if so, how are they going to go about it? Kind of my take on it is, I think if the artists are up for it, is to keep the same roster of artists. I think it is an incredibly diverse group that has participated in this inaugural year, because I think that's what's going to turn out to be an inaugural year. And there's a lot of artists that have demonstrated a tremendous amount of growth and really have embraced this project over time. So if you can find a different kind of roster of rookie cards, I think it'd be fantastic. Now, the one thing I will say is I think maybe cut down on the number of cards. Obviously, we did 20 cards in 2020. That makes sense. Moving forward, maybe do 10 cards. Then maybe release one per day. I think that would be a really fascinating set, because if you're 20 artists doing 10 cards, it'd be a hugely diverse set. Still be a 200 card set. Topps can still make a ton of money on it. I think trying to do this massive 400 card set could be very trying, to say the least, for a second year in a row. But maybe do 10 cards, 10 rookie cards. There are definitely more Topps cards out there that can be designed and tweaked, and so many players that haven't even been touched yet in this set, that it would just be absolutely phenomenal to see how a few more cards are interpreted. I think it would just be fun, and it would be fun to see how this project continues to develop, and how the artists continue to develop within this project. They're always going to have their own things, but I think everyone kind of tweaks and has a little bit different way of doing things now with these cards than they did starting off, at least from my outside looking in perspective. So that's my take on both the remainder of 2020 and whether this project should go forward in 2021. I think it's a phenomenal idea. I just think, preferably you keep the same artists and maybe limit the number of rookie cards you're going to interpret to 10. Because I think that would be a fun and more manageable on Topps side, on the artist side, on the consumer side. So that's what I'm hoping happens moving forward. And I know it's been quite a rambly video, but just wanted to give you my take on the current status of Project 2020 and the state of my particular projects for Project 2020. So that's all I got for you this time around. And until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.